What is up, guys? I have a few stories here that I want to kind of shoot at you rapid fire style and kind of get through this quickly because I don't have too much to say on any of these. But first up, we have the Steam sale. If you guys don't know what the Steam sale is, it is where Steam puts on a major sale. It is a little bit like the Black Friday of digital games, because Steam is definitely the leader of digital games in my opinion. And Steam will put major games, from major games to little games to whatever games under the sun, and put them from from 40% off to 83% off, something crazy like that. And if you ever wanted a game, if you're a big fan of getting games for those low prices, this is definitely a place to do it. If you like used games because it's cheaper, you can own this game for $5. Just wait like a year. Like Tomb Raider, I believe, was like 50% off, and that's a game that came out this year. And it's a crazy sale. They make a lot of money off of it. It's good for both sides. It makes you keep coming back. And yeah, basically, I just want to tell you guys about it. If you guys did participate in it, please tell me what games you bought. It's always fun to discover it. This year, I didn't really see any games I kind of wanted. All the games that I want are coming out later this year, like Saints Row 4 and the Watch Dogs and stuff like that. And yeah, that's the Steam sale. Next up, we have self-publishing on Xbox One. So, as you guys may or may not know, Xbox One has been pulling all its policies off the desk and saying, okay, this is not ours, at least not yet. And they have basically said, okay, you can have everything that you've wanted. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, that's great, this is why competition is good with the PS4, and other people are kind of going, well, Xbox One is always changing on their policies. Can I trust them? Blah, blah, blah. Well, whatever it is, we have self-publishing on the Xbox One. They went back on their used game policy and their always connected policy. And one of the other big policies that they still had connected to them was indie games on Xbox One. And it was looking pretty grim because the PS4 was pretty damn open, allowing indie games to really become, feel comfortable in that platform. And Xbox One has decided to say, hey, we'll do that too. Come back over here. Xbox Live Arcade, right? That's a good process there. So Xbox One, going back on a lot of things. It'll be interesting to see how the Xbox One ends up doing. They're obviously doing a lot of damage control, and it's interesting. PlayStation 3 had a lot of damage control to do after it was released. Xbox One is doing everything beforehand, and from some reports I had seen, it seems like Xbox One is starting to make a comeback, which is good for them. Competition always good. Don't want PlayStation 4 to skyrocket ahead either. And yeah, I mean the PlayStation 3 got so much better after the 360 started to dominate them, even with the Red Rings of Death. I mean that just shows you how good the 360 console was, in my opinion. And the PlayStation 3 just got so much better. Month after month, it just slowly got better and better. And competition, I think, always good, and I'm glad the Xbox One is kind of changing because of it. That's really all I got to say. I mean, I'll leave a link for all these kind of things. Maybe not the Steam sale since that's over, but I'll leave a link to a couple of articles talking about this. And yeah, that's about it. Next up, we have the VXG, which I'm not 100% sure what this is. I know there's a fighting game tournament going on. VXG was a big tournament that had a presence at a bunch of majors, and they're flying out a bunch of qualifiers that were there, and there were some issues with it, but I just want to talk about it. It's a fighting game tournament that's happening this weekend from, I believe today, July 26th to July 28th, Sunday. Another three-day weekend tournament. And yeah, it's a pretty big tournament, even right after EVO. No time to stop for those competitive gamers. And I'll leave a link to where the stream will be. I believe it is Capcom Fighters, twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. And I'll probably talk about this next week when the thing is actually over. But for now, it is just starting, and I want to tell you guys about it. And the last thing is probably my favorite thing that I wanted to make a video about, but I just kind of got flustered. Things came up and stuff like that. But basically, it is Summer Games Done Quick, done by the Speed Demos Archive and Speedruns Live, I believe is what they're called. Community. I have previously talked about the speedrunning community, and they're honestly probably my favorite gaming community out there right now. I like watching competitive League of Legends and fighting games, and I like, a good story in a video game, stuff like that. But these guys, speedrunners, I don't know if I've actually talked about it in a video game or in a video, not a video game, but these guys are, I would say, the epitome of people who love their games. These are guys that don't have a giant money grab, cash grab thing behind them. Speedrunning does not make you a lot of money. While they're getting world records and stuff like that, it's not the Olympics. It's not. Their streams aren't the biggest. There's a few that get 5,000 or so, but even then, compared to something like a League of Legends who get 20,000, just on a regular basis, these guys are not making money, and that's only the top of the top. The guy I watched, who's actually pretty popular for the speedrun community, he gets only like 70 per stream, and what these guys do is they put so much time into their craft, and now they're even raising money for different charities. I mean, this is not the first time they're doing it, but basically what this is, I guess I should, before I start ranting too long, it is a charity stream. They're streaming all their things on, I gotta look it up. They're streaming their things on Twitch, and it is a 5-day event, 24/5, I guess technically, not 24/7. And they have just a bunch of speedrunners streaming, and they'll have people run their games, games that they're going to try to beat in their small amount of time, and they raise money. They have people donate, and it's just a really good event. These guys, they don't make money, and they're doing things for charity. Like, it's what I want to see in the gaming community. It's these people that love their games, that put so much time into it, that really know their craft, and they're also just great people in general too. And I'm glad to see it. I hope more people will check them out. I believe I'm gonna look up where their stream is. Their stream is Speed Demos Archives DA. Yeah, I'll end up putting a link in the description. But basically, check them out. Donate if you can. I'll put a bunch of links down there. I really hope you guys check them out. Check out the speedrunning community in general. I'll put links for their archives and their live streams and stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically it. Just hopefully not too long of a video. Oops, wrong one. And that was my rapid fire stories, and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later. Adios.